Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special Friday session where I'm jumping on to complete out the free readings that I did not get to this morning. In fact, I actually have 4 donations I did not get to this morning. And so after spending time with my Praying Mantis members, I'm back to complete out those and all the free readings. So thank you guys for all your patience in doing that. And I feel so blessed in getting all of those donations. Is what helps me continue to offer all the free content that I do. If you check out my main page, you'll see all of the variety of weekly pick-a cards. I do all these live sessions. And then I've been recently just put out what I'm going to call astrological Zenergy, which is about the planets and giving you information and updates on those things. Going to start monthlies back again for May. So a lot of good stuff coming and available for free because of my YouTube monthly members, all of my donations, and for you guys also sending love out to the world by giving the video a thumbs up and a like. It's something everyone can do for free, and it does help spread the Zen love. So thank you guys for all that. There's no chat in this session because I'm not taking any new readings for this session, but I'll be back in like 3.5 hours. Yeah, at 6 p.m. Mountain Time tonight. Also tomorrow night at that same time. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So if you'd like to join me then for new questions, of course, I welcome you. All right, so let's get into it. Oh, lastly, once I'm done with this video, I will put a comment listing the order in which all the readings were done so you can find your reading much more easily. All right, so let's get into it. So we're starting off because we left off with a donation from the Love 43. So thank you so much for your donation and for your patience in me getting to your reading here. And you wanted to know, what do your angels have for you? I feel like I want to start off here with an oracle for you, which is from the Ask Your Guides Oracle deck by Sonia Choquette. She's a sweet soul. Actually follow her on YouTube too. She puts out some amazing videos. So let's take a look here and see, what do your angels want you to know right now. All right, there it is. And let's see what we got here. Freedom Runner Guides, card 54. What a beautiful, bright card here. Love that. Setting yourself free from the cage. So freedom, liberation, escape, expansion, flight. Now is the time to shed dependencies that prevent you from living your best life and to remind you that you have the freedom to move on. Don't hold yourself back out of fear that there's nothing better for you because you cannot see it now. Instead, let your runner guides connect you with openings, opportunities, and invitations that will allow you to step out of your limiting and unfulfilling circumstances and lead you to the life you really desire. Examine your life honestly today. To what and whom are you staying connected out of fear of change or lack of confidence and vision that something better is waiting for you? For example, are you keeping the same old meaningless job because you don't know what else to do, even though you dread going to work every morning? Do you remain in a stagnant relationship that your spirit abandoned long ago out of habit, insecurity, or dependency? Your runners are here to free you from such drudgery. What a word, drudgery. Excuse me. They are pointing out avenues of escape so you can move on to a bigger, more fulfilling, and authentic existence. Pay attention to all invitations, opportunities, and inspirations that come your way. You're being made aware of options you haven't seen or considered before now. Your runner guides encourage you not to resign yourself to a less than fulfilling or unhappy existence. Your runners want to show you the way back to your spirit and open the doors to a better and more expansive life. A brand new, more authentic, and exciting world awaits you the minute you release yourself from dependencies and attachments that no longer serve you. Give yourself freedom. Face your fears. Listen to your inner guidance. Feel the support of your runners as they point the way out, and then spread your wings and fly. Wow. So sorry. So, your runner's guide's message to you says you are not trapped. A more fulfilling life awaits you when you let go of limiting dependencies and trust your spirit and not your fears to lead. Find your courage, pay attention to your runners as they point the way, then fly, fly, fly. All right. So I love that. So sorry. My pipes were clear, but then I ate. So I think I got congested. So my apologies. So let's see what else they have here for you. The Love 43. What else do you want to know here? All right. So let's see what we have here about these changes. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. All right. All right. All right. Yeah, a lot of movement happening here. You've got the first two cards that came out are the Queen of Wands and the Innocence of Wands, the Page of Wands. This is fire, movement, energy, new passion, new drive, new things for sure coming in here. So, and that Heart of Wands is trusting your connection with spirit. If you're wanting to have questions answered and not sure of what to do, ask spirit. They definitely are there to listen and encourage and give you guidance. Sorry, this chair is driving me nuts. Not too. There we go. There's this um, worthiness of going. Nothing's too small to ask of spirit here for you, and that if you're not sure of which way to go, live your passion, enjoy what you do, and things will become clear, and you can ask spirit for it. And again, you have the Nine of Pentacles with the pink flamingo here, which is all about being stepping back out of the physical world into your own world with spirit. The pink flamingo represents spirit being with you, and that they will guide you and they will help you in the silence, in the quietness. You'll get the answers. You have the Heart of Swords, which is balancing between your head and your heart, energy coming in here. And so we might be too much in our head and not in our heart, allowing our passions and our fullness to guide us. Instead, we have all these restrictions. Well, that's what this other card was about. It was this freedom from the cage of all those supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be's. And there's this, definite transformation that happens with that, and more movement. Got the Knight of Cups, movement of emotion. This is your heart leading the way. The Six of Cups, too, has to do with, you know, it's a movement of emotion. It's a very flowing card, but there's some childhood connections coming back in here for you, um, as well as past life connections that are expanding in your life. So I feel a big part of this, when it was talking about in this freedom card is you're letting go a lot of these connections, a lot of these limiting things, which allows you to move forward. And as you're moving forward with this energy flow, you're drawing these people into your life from your past, from past lives, and also from your past in this life. And they're coming back into your life to not necessarily romantically, but these are like cousins and family and old friends and old acquaintances, people that are bringing in these messages. A lot of them reflection to see how you've changed and evolved over time since you've seen them last. But there's also this, with all this energy that we have happening in the world right now, with astrologically, and especially eclipses and stuff, you have extra access to your Akashic records down below the surface. And so even people you're hanging around with now, it's like there's this deeper emotion that comes up with a lot of people because you're realizing past life connections that were bubbling below the surface, but you're becoming conscious of them, which is very interesting. So I love this. What an adventure happening here for you, love 43. So that's what they have right now. So many blessings to you. And thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And then Brenda, thank you for your additional donation. Let me just grab the questions here. And all right, we'll do that general. I think I had grabbed another one here too somewhere. Yeah, there was you had said something about um so it all depends on how he replies to the message. And not necessarily. It all doesn't I think you gave a reply. It all doesn't um rest on that. It's all about moment to moment, what you're learning about yourself, what they're learning about themselves, and what kind of communication you're putting forward, what energy you're putting into it, depends on how it unfolds for you, right? And so, their actions don't determine the relationship. It just triggers stories and fears. We have like, oh, if there's conflict, oh, it's over. No, because we're afraid, right? Our little inner child hates conflict. It will run like a little puppy, yeah, 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 right? Because it doesn't want to face the fear of what's happening. But when we can calm down and step back, not make any decisions when we're in that space of fear, when we're able to calm down and we're able to see that, oh, their actions are of fear. So there's something's going on with them. If I truly love someone, then I'm going to, you know, spend time not blaming them for my own emotions, my own beliefs, all my stories and emotions and energies and everything are all happening inside of here, not out here. Their actions or non-actions, words or non-words, like the coldness and everything. If we're like defining that about us, and then, that's our power, that's our under our control. But if I um blame them for everything, then that just pushes them away, but also that doesn't solve anything because I end that relationship with them. I'm just going to experience the same thing with this relationship, that next relationship, that one, because there's a common denominator. Wherever I go, there I am, as well as all of my triggers, all of my emotions, and all that stuff. And so it's a great opportunity. It's never a waste because if for some reason this relationship doesn't work out, what you invest in it and what you learn about yourself and you learn about your communication, you take into the next relationship. So it's an evolved relationship. It's always more and more and more, and we learn as we go through the relationships. But if we avoid dealing with the conflict, we'll continue to have the same conflict over and over and over and over and over and over again. So trust me, I know. I've lived it. I like learning the hard and slow way. So there you go. All right, Brenda, but let's take a look here. Thank you for your additional donation. I just wanted to, Spirit wanted to finish up on that question. And, and so you want to know a general for today with Eric and you. Will we see each other? Like we said, will things get fixed somehow with a message or honest conversation? And he hasn't replied back. Okay. I feel like he's busy right now too. So, but let's take a look here. So at general, and will you get together like you said? Okay, and will things get fixed? Okay. Yeah. I like all these, and then boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So, will you see each other? We've got these three cards. Let me just do it this way. Can see them better. So you've got the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. So this is all about leaving behind emotions and thoughts that don't serve us anymore and to face our fears. This is the Insomnia Nightmare card. You know, the biggest thing that, you know, it does feel like if, this is the working through. Eights are are great numbers because they're flowing numbers. Nines are endings of things, which this is the ending of fears. And it is, I do feel like you will see each other, and that you guys will talk things out, but it's important for you to leave behind these old emotions. Even before this happened, this is an echo of emotions and thoughts that happened before, right? When someone does that, this is what it means, because someone who was cold to you when you were younger, maybe a child, right? That meant that you understood, this means I'm bad. They're going to reject me. They're going to leave, or whatever. And we might have had that echoed throughout our life. And we think, oh, here it is echoing again. We have these stories and these emotions that are bubbling. And these are the things we can look at, and we can deal with that independently. But when you're working together with someone you care about, sharing and talking things out between the two, you start to see commonalities between humans, and we can go, I am scared to death that you're going to, that people have left me in the past. So I have this natural tendency. I fear people are going to leave me. And so I constrict. And he's like, I have the same thing. All right. So if we recognize, we both, when we feel like someone's going to leave, we back off. How can we stop that? Or how can we have some sort of indicator? And you talk that out with each other to where you can go, all right, when I start to see you pull back, what can I remind you of that helps you not retract? And they're like, oh, okay. When you start to feel me pull away, a good trigger word for me that will make me realize and go, oh yeah, is, birthday clown. You're like, what birthday clown? Yeah, because that reminds me of this party when blah 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 blah. That's when my dad left. You're like, oh, okay. And then for me, like, what about you? And you're like, okay, well, this is what I can. And you work out these signals when you start to help each other, not out of like, hey, you're doing this, but it's like, hey, you wanted me to let you know that when I started to feel this, to remember birthday clown. And they're like, oh my gosh, thank you, thank you. And then they don't pull far away. And in those times when you both react and you both pull away, when you calm down, which we always will, it's like, oh, that's right. Then you reach out to each other. Oh, you know, um, I'm sorry, I didn't birthday clown you. And they're like, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't, ballerina, whatever, you like, oh, okay, then you learn this communication, and you learn to communicate. And that's the important thing, is take a lot of deep breaths in the beginning, because if they say something and we don't know how to communicate yet because we're pointing fingers, it's like when you point fingers at you and you say more, I feel this way when this happens. Now I feel this way when you do that, because who likes that? Who likes to be pointed at? It is, "Rrr." Do it again. You want to bite the fingers. When you make it about you and what's happening, not the other person, that allows them not to get on the defensive. And if they can learn to talk that way, then we can learn not to get on the defensive. And you can even convert it in your own head. So when he says, when I did that, it made him feel this way, what he's saying is, when this situation happens, this is how he reacts. You make it about them, you don't take it personally. You put it there, right? So I like this. It's good information. Um, will things get fixed? Yeah. I feel here you've got innocence of wands, innocence of cups. And both of these, the pages are like number 11s. They're a step up, they're progression. And it's not like, oh, things have totally, backslid and we went 10 spaces forward. No, conflict and things that happen. Yeah, okay. So now I know why they wanted this. Conflicts and lightning strikes, things that come out of nowhere, this kind of conflict happens for us. I know it's hard to know that, but it is for us. It helps us transform things. It helps us transform our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our self-worth, our self-love, because this individual has chosen you and you have chosen them before you guys came down here. We choose all of our mirrors to show us what we want to see about ourselves. And so when conflict arises, they're not causing the conflict. The conflict within me happens within me, right? My triggers are the ones that are flying off and happening. So all that's happening inside of yourself. And so it tells us that conflict doesn't take us backwards, it takes us higher and further because the triggers are being identified so we can transform them so that they won't trigger as much and eventually not at all in the future, where they don't impact the relationship. And it's like, wow, we grew so much together, and that's such a tight bond, especially when you you both agree that I'm not going to abandon you when you freak out, and they're like, and I'm not going to abandon you when you freak out, and you're like, agreed. Oh, whatever you do, spit in your palm to make an agreement, pinky swear, and so it's this commitment to one another to work things out and to talk things through. And I feel like neither of you have had that in your life, and it's an important thing. So that's what's coming in, Brenda. Hopefully that resonates. So many blessings to you. All right. And then love 1, 2, 3, 4. You were up next. So thank you for your additional donation. And you wanted to clarify, will you get a job in legal within the next 2 weeks? Ah, yes, yes, yes. Let's take a look. I like where you're headed there. You're like, okay, I get it. I get it. So let's take a look here. So is it within the next 2 weeks in the legal field or legal foundation, right? It's high possibilities. You've got both the Page of Wands and the Magician. All this about focusing your energy and the energy that you put into finding one. And I feel like if you will have gratitude, like we talked about with energy, if I focus my energy on, I really would want you know, a job in the legal field. I really would like one. I want one. I want one. I want one. It's nice to want, isn't it? And it's like, oh, that's all right. The energy. I just tell the universe, universe. Um, I see myself in the legal field, and I'm so grateful that you're bringing this opportunity. You're opening up. You're guiding me to those. I'm so grateful for the guidance, so grateful for the nudges. Spirit team, show me and open up the best route for me to get into the legal field. Show that to me. And boom, this thing opens up. These ideas come, this connection happens, whatever it may be. And it's like, cool. And I think you asked about if a cousin, someone, you know, um, you know, if I reconnect with them, blah, blah, blah. I feel like if you reach out to them, because this is a different type of approach, if you reach out to this individual or anyone that you know in the legal field and say, hey, how you doing? Um, I'm having this huge change in my life and I'm going to head this direction. And you came to my mind, and I thought, you know what? I want to reach out to you, and no expectations, but do you know of a job that, I'm looking to get into the environment of the law field, whether it's in courts or in a law firm or something, to where I can, have that. And then I'm going to law school next year, and I want to eventually go to become a lawyer. But do you know any, jobs that are available? And if they're like, well, we don't hear, but check with this firm and tell them I sent you, and you're like, okay, and I feel like it's that kind of thing. So reach out to all your contacts. Now is the perfect timing, especially starting Monday with the solar eclipse. It's new moon in Aries with all this fire energy. So I feel like next Monday, really start that solar eclipse energy and use this because it's a great energy for you. So I like that for you. So there you go. Boom, boom, boom. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. So many blessings to you, my dear, and thank you again for your donation. And then Mia, thank you for your additional donation. And that'll be the last of my donations. I'll start with free readings here momentarily. So thank you again for your additional donation. So question 3, thank you. Dear Zen, so will you and Michelle meet in person when you move back in Italy and this new romantic cycle begin and bring in love and family? I feel him as perfect match for you. All right, let's take a look here. So what is going on? Is Michelle Z1? All right. Anything else? Nope, none on there, but okay. I like it. The reason I laugh is because on the bottom of the deck, we've got the star card, dreams come true. Look at it. Look at. Do they have blue eyes? I heard blue eyes, but maybe not. But I just like they're like I like that being the underlying energy. Dreams come true. And you have the Page of Cups, which is new love that comes in here. And so I do feel like you'll meet in person when you go back there. It's just it feels very, very, very sparked. And there's the Six of Swords, which is the movement across water. Are you moving back across water? Is that what's happening with the Six of Swords? So I do feel after the move. And we have this Five of Pentacles, this transformation, this change of self-worth and the way you're looking at it's this movement, the sudden movement away from feeling abandoned, left out in the cold behind these feelings of lack. This Eight of Wands is like fast moving too. I feel like things just spark and you definitely have this dreams come true energy. Even under the star, you've got the movement of cups, the Knight of Cups that comes in for you here. So there is this movement of love that happens. Excuse me, it's getting me all choked up. Let me see here. So, I mean, it's dreams come true. Does that? I mean, obviously, does that involve family? And I mean, it just feels like it's this whole transformation that happens. Yeah. Did you guys know each other before? I don't know. You got the Seven of Pentacles, so it's trust the path. And I like this that the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. But I feel like the important thing is that the love is sparked and then you just trust the process. You don't try to rush it. You just let the passion and the love flow and then just let things take their take their time and whatever. Because you have the Ace of Cups, here's the new love, the Six of Cups. So maybe if you didn't know him in this lifetime, because Six of Cups is like past life or someone coming back into your life. But if you this is new love energy, and Six of Cups is past life energy too. So definitely new love and a lot of connection that happens here. And I don't know if we've talked about him before and having a lot of past life connections, but it definitely comes through with that here. And then also the Ace of Pentacles, which is new opportunities opening in the outside world together. So, yeah, I feel like that's a very big affirmative coming in there for you, Mia Mia. So, Italy, here you come. So, I'm very excited for you. And that's what they have right now. So, I like it, Mia Mia. Again, thank you so much for your donation and many blessings to you. Get ready for your big, big adventure upon the Italian seas. All right. Oh, I love it. I love it. Love is in the air. All right. So let's take a look here. Let's start the free readings. And thank you guys again so much for all of your patience and waiting for the free readings. I know not everyone can give donations, and donations are what allow me to keep doing what I'm doing, all the free stuff I'm able to offer. So I appreciate your patience and me taking care of them and prioritizing those. And I know not everyone can donate. That's why I like to come back on for my community, for all my beautiful friends, and give these free readings. So thank you guys so much. I couldn't have done any of this without you guys. I appreciate you being here, and please know I don't take it for granted. So thank you. All right, Anusri, you are up for the first free reading. So you wanted a general reading. What does Spirit want you to know right now, Anusri? All right. Oh yeah. So very clear message here with you've got the Sky Father, which is the Emperor card. You got the 10 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. These two swords cards here represent this movement beyond thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that used to make you feel constricted, small, limited in all this and blinded and bound and trapped. That's what all that is about in their great flow cards, 8 and 10, which is you leaving behind these and moving forward. The importance of that with the Emperor card, the Sky Father, is the Emperor is this, you can even see this Aries energy, the Aries sign right here. They all of these 8 of Swords and 10 of Swords is all this blah, 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 blah that you've heard all your life around everything, love, relationships, um, you know, job, career, your worth, your body, your bank accounts, your possessions, all this stuff. We get all these opinions that are given to us all our lives. And this Emperor is like, like you can see an emperor with 100 people around him, all blah, 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 all talking at the same time, giving him all this opinion. And at some point, he's like, I'm getting a headache. Everyone, thank you so much for your opinion. You can leave the throne room now. I appreciate you very much. I got some decisions to make. And then the emperor makes decisions that they want. They take into consideration opinion, but they are, only looking at sound advice, and it has to match up with what they're looking and what they're wanting with their life. And so the emperor makes these decisions. Okay, this is what I want, puts plans around it, and takes action toward those things and implements it. So I feel like this is an important message for you, is to really get into tune with what it is you truly want. Get out of your head with all the opinions of everyone else. What makes your heart sing? What makes your heart feel full? What is it that you're wanting to do? Put plans around it and take action on it. Now's the time. Great energies going on with death and rebirth and starting new things. And, the solar eclipse energy with this eclipse, just changes things. So do a lot of planning over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We get out of the Mercury retrograde, like the 28th or 29th, somewhere around there. and, and then that's a good place to initiate things. Once the Mercury retrograde is kind of, it'll be easier and easier to let those things go. So do some thinking over the next 3 weeks. Put some plans together, write it all out, get it ready. What are the next couple steps I'm going to do? Then put it on your calendar. Look and see. Well, I can tell you here. Let me just look in this calendar. The Mercury retrograde, when it goes direct, I think it's, yeah, oh, on the 25th. So Mercury goes direct on the 25th. The further we move away from the 25th, the shadow will still last a couple weeks after that, but you can start initiating things that soon. So I like it. That's what they have for you, Nusri. So many blessings. All right. And then Dollface Diva, you are up. So a general for this weekend. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know about this weekend? The weekend, the weekend. All right. Yeah. I like it. Feel like it's a weekend for newness. You've got the 10 of Wands, which is ending of where you're investing your energy and initiating it, right? And you've got the 9 of Swords, which is the nightmare insomnia, but you've got this Innocence of Swords, the Page of Swords, which this allows you to cut away these thoughts and these beliefs. That's why I feel like it's, you know, let me see here. Here we go. um, all of this takes so much of this energy. That's where the feeling of burden comes from. Trying to live up to all these expectations, trying to have all these things unfold. But we've got this Innocence of Swords, which is cutting away, getting out of the norm, escaping and breaking free, to where it's like, okay, you know, This is where I'm investing all of my energy, and these urgent things aren't important. I don't need to invest energy in these. And these important things that are saying, I'm important, you're like, really look at those and go, you know what? You're not important. You're just pretending to be important. And there's this clearing away of, all where you're investing all of your energy in relationships, people, projects, things, endeavors, a lot of thinking. And it's like, yeah, I don't need to invest energy in this stuff. So there's like this recalibration this weekend of getting rid of all this busyness and go, what is truly important? What's the one thing that I want to focus on and make great leaps and bounds towards? You're taking all that energy back from all those things and investing it in that. Instead of having 10 things go ahead one space, you're taking all of your energy down and having one thing go 10 spaces. And I feel like that's what Spirit has for you this weekend is like, yeah, just let go. Decline things. Don't do anything you don't want to do. Focus in on that one. Just one, not two. One. One thing this weekend, and let that be your whole focus this weekend. So I like it. That's what they have for you, Dollface Divas. Many blessings to you. And then Lynx Lee, you are up. So April month for you. Can you believe it's April already? Happy April, everyone. This is my first free reading for was my this morning was actually the first one, but this is the makeup. So I consider them all together. There's just it's a split shift. All right. So April. All right. Yeah, look at you. You definitely have this transformative type of energy that happens. You got the 5 of cups first, which is five is the number of transformation and change, and this has to do with around emotion. And you even have this heart of swords, the queen of swords, balancing of the head and the heart, the king of wands, which is they also have a second portion of air with them. So there's a lot of thinking, but there's emotion with her, and there's fire with them. And it feels like that April is this month where you're realizing that, when I'm focusing on my lower vibrational emotions, it grows and grows and grows and attracts more of it. And I'm like, there's nothing right or wrong with that. Just, different experiences. And it's like, you know what? I feel like you're just kind of tired of feeling that old way and feeling those ways. And you're just like, I want to try something new. What's great is that you have this power of choice that I get to choose. And I feel like your mind takes you out of your heart, and this fire takes you out of your heart, and the fire is kind of ignited because you are ready to do something different, to feel differently. And because when we do what we have always done, we always get what we have always gotten before. So I feel like April is this month of, I'm going to change, I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to try to dress a little differently. I'm going to take a different route to places. I'm going to try going to different places. And we change from the inside out, but this energy of I'm physically changing your furniture around, cleaning out a drawer, cleaning out your closet, this kind of energy that we put out into the physical world sparks something on the inside, and then this change starts happening on the inside too. Sorry, hiccup. So I like this for you. I feel like April is this. All right, I am igniting new change in my life, and I'm going to start it by igniting things in the outside world, which will help me ignite things in my new ways of thinking, my new ways of feeling, my new ways of my energy, and my new physical actions too. So I like it for you, Linksley. What a beautiful, it just feels like a new adventure you're embarking on that starts in April. So I like it. All right. So many blessings to you. And then soul searching vibe, you are up next. So who is coming towards you? Let's take a look here. Who is coming towards you? All right. Well, it looks like you're going to have a air sign, someone who's a big thinker. Better a big thinker than a big stinker. I don't know where this comes from. So we like it. Someone who is a master communicator, it's Aquarius energy. You can even see the Aquarius sign above their head there, maybe. maybe over here. There he goes. And but they're a great communicator. They connect, maybe even higher education. They could even be a professor or a teacher, someone who definitely shares knowledge and wisdom that comes in here. Yeah, and definitely they've had this, this with this death and rebirth, very transformed individual. Four Pentacles, very solid in the outside world, but that the Death card energy is about that they've evolved and changed, and I feel like they've like changed their profession uh, recently when you meet them, but I feel they've gone into some sort of teaching, training kind of thing, and they had their life what they had before. I feel like they did a lot of they have a very solid foundation in the outside world, so I feel like they're financially secure and all that, and they made this change in their life because, they did something for so long for the money, and they really got a lot of that, and then they're like, "Now I wanna do something that makes my heart feel full, and I wanna be able to share," and I just feel like teaching is a very important thing, and, for them or learning, always learning, higher education, but I definitely feel this, drive to teach people, and that's why I feel like the college professor, teacher, but I feel like it's older that they teach, not like elementary school or junior high, even high school. So it feels like adults or college kind of energy that they have teaching and training that they do. But they love sharing knowledge and they're a natural at presenting and communicating. So they do quite well in it too. So I like that for you, soul searching vibe. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Hot for teacher, right? Isn't that an old song? Uh-huh, uh-huh. I see. Are you in school? Careful. No, just kidding. All right, angel blessings, you are up next. So how can you tap, into your best version? All right. Can I tap in your best version? All right, let's take a look here. So how can you tap into the best version of you? You're already there. You know, I like that you get the hanged man, which the hanged man is like you're already perfect in whatever state you're in. The hanged man kind of like the butterfly. The butterfly is always inside of the caterpillar, and the caterpillar is always a part of the butterfly. So you're perfect in each moment as you are, and you are living the best version of yourself with what you know inside at the moment, right? Because it's like having a perfect being play a part of a character who is evolving. It's like, well, the character is always evolving, but your higher self is always perfect already. We just come down to understand ourselves more fully by experiencing the opposite of who we are. So you're perfect in every moment because you're the perfect expression of what you want to experience in the moment. And we come down here, this makes sense now. We come down here to experience the firestorm of this life, right? The Five of Wands is transformation of energy from fear to love, and Seven of Cups is emotional confusion. So we come down here to experience all these things. So I like that, if you want to tap into your best version, then you tap into your higher self. You tap into this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being who's made of unconditional love that you are, and that's how you connect. Yeah, even the Ace of Swords came flying out of the deck here, which is this is your gift of seeing things from a higher perspective, seeing yourself through the perfect eyes of spirit, your guardian angels, creator, all of them. And this is how you step into that, and we understand that. Something that might interest you, I have my free podcast, From Chaos to Cozy. That's all about we come from cozy, we come down here and experience like that Five of Wands chaos, and then we transform and remember who we are. It's like Rumi, they say we don't have to find love. We just need to discover the obstacles we've created between us and love. And as we remove those, we see ourselves more clearly. So hopefully that helps, Angel Blessings. But the link to the podcast is in the description box, or you can find it on my main page if that resonates with you. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Eagle, you are up a general for next week. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now for next week? All right. So you got the Lovers card and the Movement of Swords. I like this. I feel like when it comes to relationships and interactions with other people, it could be romantic, friends, family, whoever, that there is this change of perception. The Movement of Swords, being the Knight of Swords, is about discovering and seeing relationships from a different perspective, seeing people from a different perspective, trying to step back and go, you know what, this character that's happening here, I don't really see them clearly through our, because I'm looking and seeing the world through my filters. I don't see the world as it is. I see the world as I am. And then when we realize that we can connect here to this, to our higher self, and look down from them, they get a clear picture of things. That's why empathics and spiritual messages, I mean, that's really what I'm doing. This human, I had no idea, I don't have a clue. But when I connect with spirit, I get to see through their eyes, and they communicate what they're seeing. And I feel like this is an important week for you to step back, see things from a different perspective, try to connect and trust your gut and your intuition, seeing things that aren't there, that we don't see in the intentions of people. Our human brain goes, oh, they're trying to do da 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 da. But, when we see what's behind that, then we see this whole clarity of things that comes in with all that too. So hopefully that makes sense. Feels like a very interesting week for you, though, that you have opportunities where you just take a deep breath and step back and you're like, oh, I see. I see what this is about. I see what's happening here. Wow, I had no idea. Like that person usually, like, when someone does something like, what a jerk that person is, they're just trying to make me feel bad. But there's something this next week that really opens up where you're like, they're in fear. And then you kind of have a flash of them as a little girl, being berated by her brothers, telling her like she's the only, you know, uh, female in there, among her siblings, three other brothers, older brothers that just gave her hell and told her she was ugly and all this stuff. And so she's had to be just a hard, protective personality that she had to learn. Like she's a tomboy. And you realize, oh my God, I totally see where they're coming from now. And you see them in a different way. So I love that. All right. So that's what they have for you. You get the eagle eye. You get to fly high and see from a high point. All right. So many blessings to you, Eagle. And then Crystal's Day, you're up. So general reading for you. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. So you've got this beautiful balancing type energy coming in here with the Star card and the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is like three wands on one side, three wands on the other. And so there's this balancing of energy, this flow. And, the Star card, normally the original tarot, it has seven other stars on it, which represent the seven energy centers of the chakra. And the Six of Wands just feels like the need of balancing of your chakras next week. Um, and well, you were asking just in general. So right now, not next week, right now, that you can listen to some beautiful chakra balancing music on YouTube. They have tons that are out there if you just search for it. If you do energy work, or you have not thought of it, look into chakra balancing. If there's something that interests you, you might even be like, you know what? I love that. Crystals help balance certain energies. So I feel like this is like almost not a homework assignment. Well, crystals day, hello. So maybe look into how I can use crystals for the balancing of the chakras. Find out what you sense, you feel where you're off in any of those, and just make it a daily type of ritual, a daily type of journey. You know, balancing your own using crystals, investigating, researching, digging, learning about chakras and how to balance them is an important part of your life in this journey that you're on. So I like that for you. So that's your homework that you can do or do not. It's voluntary homework. It's not mandatory yet. I'm just kidding. It would never be mandatory. It's your journey. But that's the advice they have for you right now. So many blessings to you, crystals. And then smooth life. You wanted messages from your higher self. So let's see here. What does your higher self want you to know right now? Well, yeah, you got this new spark, this new journey that's coming in here for you. You got the full card, which is a journey that is free of restriction, free of supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's, must be's. And I like this for you because even this heart of wands, the queen of wands, she gets a second portion of cups. And so there's a lot of um, this journey of being led by your heart, connecting with spirit, allowing you to be guided in this journey instead of trying to have control of things and figure things out. I know, boring. It's this adventure of, okay, what's going to be next? What's going to happen? I had a reading with one of my praying mantis members. They just wanted to know for this weekend, and it's this kind of energy that I'm feeling for you, which was like it's a scavenger hunt. Their child is away with their father for spring break, and they're gone, and so they have most of the weekend to themselves. And Spirit's like, "All right, this is what I want you to do. You're going on a scavenger hunt with Spirit." They're like, "We're with you. I want you to go visit, this grave of one of their friends who had passed. Like, okay, go get a coffee, go do this, and then." After that, then I want you to go pick up a snack and then go to the second grave. And then each time along the way, there's going to be an important thing unfolding. And I feel like this is what they're having for you too. It's like there's this scavenger hunt that they're inviting you on, and it's this without expectation, without, it's like, all right, I want you to go to this. And then you go there. And once you get there, you're going to go know, then you're going to know where you're going to go next after that. And like this person's name badge is going to have something on it that goes, yeah, that's where I'm going to go next. Like they have little stickers or whatever, or badges, or, like little, what do they used to call those? Buttons, those little buttons that they put on there. And they're like, oh, I want to go check that out. Or it reminds you of something that you want to go check out. And so I feel like there's this wonderful, like I said, an invitation for a scavenger hunt with spirit, just to let's go explore. Let's not have a need to control it all. Let's just go with the flow and see where we go. Go with the flow and see where we go. That's your theme. So that's the message from your higher self. They're like, let's go on a scavenger hunt. All right. So that's what they have for you, Smooth Life. Many blessings. And then Pinky, you want messages from your future spouse. So let's take a look here and see what messages from your future spouse here. Okay. All right. So I like this. Let's see here. We'll start off with the Heart of Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles. It's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And so the message from your future spouse is, girl, you better take care of yourself. So nurturing yourself, caring for yourself, staying on top of your health, both mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, energetic health, physical, of course. I think I already said physical, but did I say mental health? It's all get onto nature, get away from things. Make sure you're nurturing you and you're not wearing yourself down trying to take care of everyone else. And you got the Two of Swords, which the Two of Swords is balancing your head and your heart when things come in. And I feel like really getting into your heart with this Page of Cups is important because you can't love anyone else more than to the extent you love yourself. And so if you love yourself very little, you're not going to be able to give them love. That's funny. They're making a joke a little bit about it, but going, you know what? I need you to have your self love big because that means you can give me a lot of love too. But you can also receive my love because if your self love is this big, no matter how much love you want to give them, it's going to trickle out. No matter how much love they want to give you, it's going to trickle in. So you raise your love vibration by opening up, your connection to your high heart, focusing on expanding your self love, your self worth by getting rid of these thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you, these emotions that don't serve you. And like I talk about, one of the big things why I've created this podcast or spirit was like, go do this. Was It's from chaos to cozy. It helps us go from this lower place of vibration to a higher vibration. Low self love, higher self love. Low self worth, higher self worth. And it's all free. If you're interested, just check the description box of the video for the link, or it's on my main page. But it's my From Chaos to Cozy is what it's all about. So that's what they have for you, Pinky. And that's what they want for you right now. So they're like, focus on that because as you raise your love vibration, that speeds things up. You guys can meet each other sooner than later as well. So that's a win-win, right? All right. So many blessings to you. And then Goldie, you are up next. Anything you need to know. What do you have for Goldie? Okay. All right. All right, what do we have here? All right. I like this. Very powerful energy. You have the Chariot card, which is the power of choice and stepping into your power. The Naked Heart is a special card that's unique to this deck only, which I'm going to read the little passage that it has there because it's so well said and so powerful. But I do feel like it's all this is about stepping into your internal power because every moment you get to choose what story you apply to anything, right? What emotion you want to feel, what energy you're putting forward, which thus draws that similar energy to you and your physical action. And so this is being aware of that, every moment I'm the one. No one makes me feel a certain way, makes me think a certain way, makes me act a certain way. I control that. And that's where we want the control. We don't want someone else to have the TV remote for us, making us do things. No, we're the ones. A lot of it we don't sometimes feel like we're making choices. It's because we have a lot of conditioning from opinion and everything that was given to us growing up, some supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts and all that blah 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 blah, which opinion given to us, we took it on as our own opinion. We were children. What do we know? We just took it on. We was reinforced. It became our habit, and then it became our reaction, where the mental choices happen so fast, it doesn't even feel like we're choosing. Emotional choices happen so fast, doesn't feel like it. We're just reacting. Psh, psh, psh. But we can stop and slow down and go about changing our habit to feel a different way. So I like that energy. And then the Naked Heart says this is all about connection, purpose, and higher self. And the Naked Heart on the card says to you, I radiate at a pure vibrational level, calling in all that I need at this time to stay in alignment with my path. The universe is highlighting my gifts and asking me to trust myself and my intuition. As I listen to what my heart needs, my natural essence comes forth to be nurtured, and I innately connect with my calling and purpose. Comparing myself to others does not serve me and will only knock me out of my flow. I was given the exact proportion of amazing. Otherwise, I would not exist. My path may not always feel easy, but it will feel right. When I shine bright, I am the spark to someone else's light, and I inspire others. And that little moth, the little Luna moth here at the top, they whisper to you and they say, "You are brave and beautiful. Fly out of the darkness and into your light." I like it. Beautiful, beautiful energies. So that's what they have for you right now, Goldie. Hopefully that helps and resonates. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we've got Cutie up next. So, Cutie, you'd like a little tidbit about your forever person. I love it. Another little tidbit, slowly forming a profile around him, right? As we ask little things about him. All right. I like this for him. They used to be such a people pleaser with the Seven of Swords. They really lost so much of themselves when they were growing up because they were always trying to be who everyone else wanted them to. Well, anyway, who they thought everyone else thought, they were supposed to be. They never knew, but they had all this deception, all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that made them feel that way. And I feel like they even would lie and tell people that they were something when they weren't because they were trying to, you know, be desirable, be wanted, and all this. And it didn't go very well for them at all. I like this backstory because then they have the Three of Pentacles, which they learned to be true to their authentic self. They really discovered that trying to be what everyone else wanted me to be almost gave me a mental and emotional breakdown. And I do not, want to do this anymore. And I like that because if you don't experience that, then you have a chance in the future to experience that, trying to be a people pleaser and trying to, you start lying. They start with small lies, and then you have to have bigger lies to cover up the smaller lies, and then even larger lies to cover up those. And eventually it all catches up. Eventually all of the truth comes out, and so I like that they're truthful and they're honest and they're not rude, but they're unapologetically themselves, and you never have to worry about them deceiving because they're like, why would I get in a relationship if I'm not ready for one? And you're like, oh my gosh, that's so sexy. All right, so that's what they have for you, Cutie. So many blessings to you. I like it. All right. And then Swaroop Bobby, you are up. Any love coming towards you? Let's take a look here and see. Any love coming towards you? All right. Those two. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Yes. You got the Two of Cups, which is relationship. And you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is even, an amazing. This combination is great because the Wheel of Fortune is abundance, fullness, wholeness, overflowingness, and all that. And there's this great energy that comes with this, which is like, you know, even your humans on board. The Wheel of Fortune says, love comes in and it's like and it's always for you. And it's like, all right, but sometimes our human is, how is that for me? The Wheel of Fortune, the tune of for you coming in. And it's beautiful, meaning that even your human is on board with this energy, is even on board with this um how this relationship unfolds, this love that's headed your way. So I feel like this is a very significant, if not like your the relationship you'll be within for the rest of your life. I just feel like it's going to be this huge, even the fate's wheel with the Wheel of Fortune, like this is a fated relationship that you're going to be like, yep, here it is. And I love it, just feels like it's smooth and flowing as you move into it. Every relationship has, bumps along the road where we're like, why do you believe that way? Why are you making the brownies that way? There's the working out of belief systems and things, but I feel like it's such a beautiful relationship. So I like it for you. And so be ready. Here they come. While you're waiting, of course, always we work on ourselves. We raise our love vibration. We work on our self love and our self worth, and that just makes the relationship even more amazing than we thought that it would be. Right. So I like it. All right. And that's what they have for you, Swoop. So many blessings to you. And then Starfall, you are up next. So let's take a look here. Like a general for next week. So what do Spirit wants you to know about next week? All right. I like this. Next week here, you've got the Heart of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, really taking your heart into consideration, putting yourself first. And this allows you next week, the Three of Wands, when you are able to go, you know what? I don't need to always give up for everyone else. You know, this is a week of you. Is it your birthday? It's like, I get to, this is about you. This is a week about you. That the choices you make, that normally you do this because, oh, everyone, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't know why they're saying, like, if you order a pizza and you're like, well, everyone likes this type of pizza. So I'm going to get this because then everyone will like it. But you're like, oh, but I really, really want, this, the controversial ham and pineapple. Oh my God, how could you eat that? I think it's, well, for me, no pizza is bad, so I'm not a good compass for that. But it's like, if that's what you wanted, then you're like, you know what? I'm gonna get this, and this is what I'm gonna eat. And people are like, oh, I don't want that. Well, you don't have to eat it, or you order two. Like, here's for everyone else, but this is mine. And no one else will touch it because they all don't like it. And you have it for several meals or something. And you're like, you get to do this is the kind of energy for next week. That's just a good picture in our head of I get to choose for me, not for everyone else. What do I want? What makes me feel full? What makes my heart sing this week? I get to choose that. And I feel like it does take you off in different direction than you normally would go. And I like it. So that's what you have. You have permission from Spirit, Starfall. Hey, they said, so back off, everyone. All right. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Grace, 1111, you're up. General reading. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Wow. So you got the Temperance card here, patience, balance, things unfolding, and the Seven of Wands, which is this energy of you being true to you and allowing yourself to shine bright, right? I feel like you've been heading this direction, getting braver and braver about being you, about expressing who you truly are. It's like the sun. The sun does not ask permission to shine, it shines. People can't handle it. They can get one of those giant sun hats. I think it was on Instagram, someone had one. The size, like, it was like 6 feet around where you can almost not see the person. It's like, yeah, they can get one of those hats or, sunscreen, sunglasses, get in the shade, get in the house, get in the cellar. If you can't take it, then they can step out of there. But the sun does not dim for other people, it shines bright. And I feel like this is something that's been building up and going forward. And even with this Sagittarius energy in the corner of the Temperance card, my dad's a Sagittarius, my host, she's a Sagittarius, and, I'm like, "Yes, be true to the unique you." We need people who are just themselves, and they are, my dad has a sense of humor. Actually, and one of my other, friends, she's a Sagittarius. All of them have a great sick sense of humor, from very, very dry to very extreme dark, and I love that. But it's like not everyone appreciates when they express themselves, and I just crack up when they are. expressing and letting their Sag fly, their Sagittarius flag fly. And I like that. And I feel like that's what's important for you, to know is that it's um, important for you to express who you truly are. And it's time. It's time to just be you, not worry about defending yourself, other people's emotions and reactions. None of your business. That's what's going on inside of them. They got their own things going on, and but you get to just be you and shine bright. And I feel like that's the message they have for you, right, Grace? So that's what they have. Many blessings to you. And then Anupriya, hello, hello. So, person on your mind's intentions towards you. Let's take a look here. I'm just going to take a quick sip here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Got about 22 more people to go, ish. So hang in there. We'll get there. All right. So Anupriya, let's take a look here. This person that's on your mind, what are their intentions? All right. All right. We've got the Ace of Cups and we've got the Three of Cups. So their intentions, I mean, there is love there, but it's not the only love that they have. So there's another love interest here. The Three of Cups is like third party, like there's, like they're torn in two different directions with their love interest. And they're just trying to figure things out, right? So there isn't, I don't feel like there's deceit here. I just feel like they're torn between two people in their heart, and they're trying to whittle it down to just one. So their intentions are to, you know, find love, but I feel like they're still trying to work it out in their heart what they're wanting to do, what their heart truly wants. And the heart can be attracted and love a lot of people at the same time. It's totally capable, and it loves people in different ways, even though the core base love is the same. It just there's different things that different people bring into our lives, and some of it isn't even like um you know sexual. It's strictly emotional. And so we're talking about the heart, not necessarily passion. This is like, okay, they have this draw and this emotion that's here. And intentions, I don't feel like they know what it is. As far as like, I feel like they're still figuring that out. That piece of it, is it a new love, Ace of Cups, newish type of love coming in. But yeah, it just feels like indecision, like they're looking for a love of their life, but I feel like their heart hasn't made an absolute choice. It hasn't committed. My heart, when I was in relationships and everything, um, I was a one person. As soon as I had an interest, I didn't care about anyone else. It just zeroed in on someone. Not everyone's heart's like that, though. If your heart's like mine, you're probably like, oh yeah, that's the way I am. But not everyone is like that. Some hearts are like, well, look at there's so many choices on the menu. What do I want? And I'm like, no, mine zeroed in on the German chocolate cake ice cream. It doesn't say anything else, but that's not how everyone's heart currently works. So hopefully that gives you a little clarity coming in there on you, Priya. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Alice. And Alice, good to see you on the Praying Mantis session. Thank you again for being one of my Praying Mantis members. And I did answer your question there. So we'll answer this other question here. You want to know, how do your managers, John and Greg, think of you? Let's take a look here. What's going on here? What are their thoughts here? All right. Very solid energies here. You've got two fours. You got the Skyfather, which is the Emperor card of four, and the Four of Wands. So this is very balanced energy, very strong, I feel like you put forward like this feeling of solid performance, solid, 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 which is good. That's what managers really want. They don't want someone who does really good one month and tanks the next and up and down and all around. You're consistently and solid in your performance, and they like that. There's this joy, energy with the Four of Wands. It's joy, celebration. Got Aries energy here with this Emperor. They might think you're a bit of a control freak. No, I'm just kidding. That's just a joke. Emperor, emperor. She wants to be the empire, the emperor of the empire, right? But no, that's not it. Um, it's like they know when you put your mind to something, you get it done, because that's what an emperor does. They know what they want. They put through a plan. They carry out the plan. They move forward. Very strong leadership qualities and organization. So I like all of this for you. It feels very positive. It doesn't feel like there's any, like um, hate or or like, oh, you're a poor worker or anything. It feels very solid when it comes in here, um, with all of this. So um, the only thing that's coming to mind that they might provide you this guidance is that you don't have to do it all on your own, and that I feel like working with others is going to be an important piece of your development, because they're reminding me. The reason I'm saying this is they push a memory, and it goes back to, oh yeah, so feedback I got once was from one of my bosses. They were like, I need to talk to you, and I'm like, oh, what did I do? They're like, well, I feel uncomfortable telling you this, but because I was like at a coach level, which was like, you you were over other group, like a group of representatives, but you weren't considered a supervisor. You were considered a coach. You didn't do disciplinary action and all that. You just helped develop them, answer questions, and you were like a coach, not the person that terminates and disciplines and all that stuff, performance evaluations, whatever. Um, and they told me, I need you to not work so hard. I know. What? Yeah. I mean, because other coaches that were in the areas, they were like, um, I was making them feel bad by how well I was doing and how much I was doing. And they're like, we can never do anything because he finds it, he does it, he takes care of it, but we don't get the opportunity. And so, what my boss said is, what I'd like you to do is back off of things, allow other people to do things, and also things that you want to do, bring in people and have them and do it together. And I feel like that's the kind of energy that you have. You're a go-getter, you go after it, but I feel like um, you work very well independently and very much, very strong, but that you can help people by building together. And I feel like that's something that would really be like, wow, look at you. You have the ability to lead, but I feel like working together with other people is an important thing to develop too, and it's a positive thing. So you have the capacity to do so. I just feel like you've never had to do it because you've always worked well independently, if that makes sense. All right, so that's what they have for you, Anupriya. Hope you enjoyed the story. All right. Oh, that's sorry. That wasn't Anupriya. That was Alice. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong place. That was for you, Alice. I just the way I have these tiled, I looked down too far. All right. So many blessings to you, Alice. And then Anjou 777, you are up next. So spirit guidance for your love life. Let's take a look here. All right. So you've got you got the number 10 in the Wheel of Fortune and the Judgment card, two X's, which is 20, but they've got three X's here. And the spiritual guidance they have here, this this judgment card is your higher self calling you to this higher place to look at things from a different perspective. The Wheel of Fortune says, trust that there's a fated relationship that's coming your way, but right now it's important for you to focus in on your inner relationship with your higher self. And the reason why that's so important is because as humans, when we're dependent upon the self love we have from what we've grown up with, it sucks. It falls short. We don't have a huge self love. We love ourselves that much because we're taught praise and punishment, and we focus in on the punishment, right? Like, I'm not good enough. We have these beliefs that's way out of balance that I have to give so much to receive so little. And, when we connect higher, we find eternal unconditional love that allows us to see the pricelessness that we are instead of the retail price that we valued ourselves based on the outside world. Self-worth comes from here. Retail price comes from out here. Self-worth doesn't come out here. Even though we're taught, well, this is my self-worth. Nope, nope. That was retail. Oh, that's why I'm on the clearance rack. Here, I realize and I really, I step into the confidence of who I am and the strength of who I am. So our love life starts with self-love. Otherwise, we have lower vibrational love experiences with people, which we come down here to experience, but maybe you've had enough of that. But it's because that's betrayal and arguments and abandonment and all those other delicious lower vibrational emotions that happen in those types of relationships. And so there is this, you know, transformation that happens. And then the more you raise your love vibration, the more you draw in relationships that match that love vibration instead of doing what we've always done and getting what we've always gotten. So I feel like that's what's coming in here. I mean, you do have, you know, um, people that are coming across your path that are more geared towards passion than they are love because that's all they can offer. They also don't have a lot of, again, we draw people in with that have the love level that we're at. So lower vibrational love, we draw in lower vibrational people who usually just want passion and intimacy and that, but they can't give something they don't have for themselves, if that makes sense. So hopefully I like your little butterfly though on your thingy, which means you are in that process of raising your love vibration. You're in this transformation of really discovering how amazing you really are. And it has nothing to do with anything of the outside world. It has to do with who you are already. So I like it. Right, Anju? So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. And then Happy Pill, you are up. So higher and future self messages. Let's see what. All right, what do they have here for you? All right. All right. So you have the Queen of Pentacles with the Heart of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. Joy, 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 joy overflowing. And this is, this, I don't know if it's permission, not that you need it, but they're like, well, maybe that'll help you. You don't need our permission, but Spirit's saying, it's time for you. Focus on you. Get out into nature, nurture yourself, mother yourself, allow your cup to fill up and overflow. Allow this 10 of cups, just it's like almost do 10 days if you want to do more you can, but minimum 10 days and write it on your calendar starting even tomorrow, unless you want to start today, and just put for 10 days something that you want to do for yourself every single day for the next 10 days. It's time for your cup to be filled. And whatever that little thing is, it's like, I'm going to get me one of those little coffees I like. I'm going to get that, or I'm going to get myself a little pastry. I like those pastries. And it's, or I'm going to take an hour out to go read a book, or I'm going to go sit outside, or I'm going to go for a walk. Whatever it is that you feel like this is special for me and I want to do this. And if you don't have money to spend on yourself, that's totally cool too. You can, excuse me, there's a lot of free things that you can do, like we said, go for a walk or just write down, 10 things that I love about who I am. There's things that you like, something that nurtures you for 10 days. That's what they have for you. So there you go, happy pill. I'd like it. Many blessings. And then Julie, you want to know angel messages. Let's see what. All right. So they actually, the Ask Your Guides Oracle wants to give you a card. So we will do that. So, Julie, what do you have for Julie? All right. Purpose Teacher Guides, card number 27. Beautiful card there. So let's see what they have here for you. 27, at 37. You are at the threshold of your purpose in life. Wow. So work will soon cease to feel meaningless or unsatisfactory. Your teacher guides are directing you to the path of genuine soul fulfillment. The more aligned you become with your life's proper path, the more your days will flow with ease. The more you trust this new path, the more doors will open and barriers will give way to opportunity, affirming that this is the path for you. Do not second guess right now. You may have to begin at the beginning. Even so, throw your heart and soul into your effort and give it your full attention. Your dedication and passion will pay off in the long run, and your work will fulfill your soul. Resist the temptation to push yourself to exhaustion, however. Remain measured and steady as you proceed. Don't overlook the importance of taking a day of rest at least once a week. Your teacher guides remind you that your body and mind do get fatigued. Develop the wisdom to know when to step away and refresh your soul. Your teacher guides message for you: move ahead, but pace yourself. There you go. So hopefully that brings you the messages you were looking for there, Julie, and many blessings to you. That's what they have. And then Day Sturgis, you are up. You wanted ancestors messages, and I just so happen to have Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle. So they want that to bring this to you here. Okay, that's not from there. So sorry. So sorry. Let me just sorry, I just got notification a package was delivered, and I just need to make sure she picks it up there so it doesn't get um borrowed by someone else. All right. I am back. Thank you for that. So ancestor messages for Day Sturgis. All right, here it is. Wow, what a beautiful card. There it goes. Altar of Water, Love Overflowing. Card number 27. Look at that Ace of Cups overflowing. It is the Ace of Cups. Some of these cards have references, so I love it. Divine love, romantic love, communal love. Every kind of love is pouring through you. This is the beginning of something beautiful. Make way for the joy of new love. This new relationship can be a friendship or a new suitor. Ooh. Could even be a career partnership that you love, or even a renewed love for an already existing person or situation in your life. Either way, you are worthy and deserving of this magnificent new blessing. The water ancestors represent emotions. Allow the seeds of joy to blossom with the energy of boundless love. What can you give back to your community? Ooh, The ancestral memory says, "Sweet water mother, the Orisha Oshun comes forward to teach us the holy blessing of libation, an ancient prayer practice. Pouring libations is a key traditional way to honor ancestors in many cultures and countries throughout Africa." Is that how they do when they pour one out to the homies? I don't know. I think it's something different. It's probably similar. The ancestral medicine says libation is an act of love. Pour libations for your ancestors. Something new is being born. Every birth expands and evolves your lineage. Most use blessed water or alcohol to pour libations from a glass, calabash, or bowl. Libations in some cultures can also be poured in reverence with rice or even tea. The shadow aspect of this resonates says you're holding back on love, but the question is, are you holding back on love for someone else, or are you holding back on love for yourself? Your self love is not what it could be, beautiful. It's time to turn the love inward. Have compassion for yourself, care for you, and then allow that love to flow naturally outward. The declaration for this card: I trust the guidance of my heart. Wow, I love that for you. Beautiful, beautiful. And that's what they have for you, Day Sturgis. So enjoy that. Beautiful, beautiful card and message. All right. So we're continuing on here. And so, Just Blessings, you will be up next. All right. So let's take a look here. So I was just replying back to my host. Here we go. All right. So, are the Aries intentions for a committed relationship? Ooh. So, based on current energies, let's take a look here and see, is it for commitment? They're still kind of figuring it out here. We've got the Spirit of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing themselves, um, in the innocence of swords. The Page of Swords is clarity, trying to gain clarity. And I'm not sure they know what their intentions are, at this moment in time. So, we've got this, um, this type of, um, you know, um, understanding this, um, trying to transform how they look at things because before I feel like they would be like the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the must, and all this stuff, but I feel like they've been in this pocket of I gotta do for me though. I feel like they're really realizing that when they tried different relationships and different things before, they didn't work out because he was trying to do it trying to please other people. And this one, with this relationship, they're really allowing themselves to put themselves first, which is some good growth, really, just blessings. I mean, I like that for them. Um, and it actually is better for you in the long run too, because they're not just trying to do something and they're not pleased and then it ends. They're actually trying to do things differently in this relationship. And it's new. And that's why they're not sure of their actual intentions because it is different. It is a different way of approaching. So that's what they have for you with that. I feel like they're it's not out of the question, it's not a no, and it's not a yes. It's not even a maybe. I guess it is a maybe, but kind of it's just like a, "I don't know. What are your intentions? I don't know yet." I'm kind of working all that out. It's new to me, and I like it. So, I know, uh-oh. But that's what they have for you, just blessings, so many blessings to you. All right, and then Imee Vargas, is that how you say that? Apologies if I'm mispronouncing that. You wanna know if your husband, Pisces, is being loyal now that you have been away. Uh-oh. When the cat's away, is the mouse playing? Let's take a look. We got two number eights here. Got eight of wands, which is a lot of passion, a lot of movement. Eight of pentacles. I feel like they're putting a lot of energy into work and into building the outside world here. All this energy is pointing to work and growth, and I don't know if education, growth type of things. So I feel like they are. I mean, I didn't get any, cards that would indicate that they're doing other things. I feel like they're just pouring all their energy into work, if that makes sense. Like a workaholic trying to grow, trying to, build things in their life. So I don't feel like they've, been unfaithful. Um, I feel like they're just working like a dog, is the energy that comes in with all of that. So I like that. Easy breezy, short and easy. You're like, that's right. Bring home the bacon, build that up. And but I feel like that's what they're not out trying to date or whatever. It just feels like they're really investing into the job, the work, the building a solid outside world, you know, uh, financially and structurally. But that's it. Right. So many blessings to you. And then Magana, hello, hello. So love reading for the month of April. Let's take a look here. Love reading for the month of April. All right. Wow. So I do see here you do have the possibilities with the Ten of Pentacles, one of my relationship cards that can come in here in the month of April. The Justice card, this is about the balancing of the scales, the releasing the old ways of thinking about relationships, the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and all those expectations we have that we were given all our life. It's about getting outside of that, seeing things from a different perspective, clearing away. Because if we have like blinders on, let me see, if we have blinders on, right, we can't see outside of those things. And so if our expectations have made us into this like a horse that has those blinders, out of fears and everything else, it's like, well, this is all we can see. But there's so much opportunity if we cut these expectations away. One, we see love earlier, which is good. That's why there's possibilities for April. Depends on how much we cut away these thoughts and the beliefs. Otherwise, it takes us time to maneuver to go, oh, there they are, with expectations and things being nudged. If we could just drop a lot of those supposed tos and shoulds, who are they supposed to be? Who am I supposed to be? How is it supposed to be? Then it does allow love to come in as early as April. So I like it. Right. So that's what they have for you, Magana. So many blessings. If you want any guidance on any of that, I do have the From Chaos to Cozy, my podcast talks all about how to get rid of these thoughts and beliefs and these emotions and different things, and the journey we're on to let go of stuff. So if you're interested, check it out. All right. So many blessings to you, Magana. And then Danny baby. Hello, hello. So so Rashad reached out to you after ghosting you. What does he want? I'll give you one guess. Let me take a look here. Let's see what Spirit says. All right. Yeah, we've got the Innocence of Pentacles, which is a Page of Pentacles. It's new opportunity, new chance. We've got the Five of Swords. They really conflicted between their head and their heart, and that's why they kind of disappeared. But I feel like they're wanting a second chance there. I like this. We got this Leo strength energy coming in here, and some of that has to do with attraction and physical intimacy, and that the lower expression of Leo fire energy, which is I want attention. Me. I want attention. There's higher expression that comes in here as well. I feel like that's when they go back and forth between their head and their heart, because there is this childlike energy of possibility, and I feel like they're a bit scattered too, anyway. And but I feel like they want a second chance, or is this number four, fifth, sixth chance? It's like, I don't know. I just feel like they're wanting, like, another chance. Oh, because a second chance seems like you've given them plenty of chances, and I don't know. I wouldn't put much energy into it. Is what I feel from spirit saying. Just, if you want to enjoy it for what it is, have no expectations on it. Just be like, hey, what's going on, and whatever, and don't expect that it's going to go anywhere, do anything. I just don't feel like they have that capacity right now. They're so scattered that it's only fleeting moments here and there. Once you realize that, you feel better about it. You can feel better about it, your interactions. If you have no expectations, it's always above and beyond extra, and you don't expect anything else. That's it. All right, that was fun. And then they disappear, like you're texting and they stop answering. You're like, okay, well, that's done. On to my next thing I'm going to go do. You don't like going, oh, this means something about me. You're like, oh no, this is just where they're at in their life. They're this scattered little lion cub, like, in the circle of life, in Lion King, you know, um, Simba, right? When he just wandered around the forest with his buddies, Hakuna Matata, no worries. That's kind of their young Lion King energy. So hopefully that you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Then you're just like, you're gonna get what you get from that, and but don't expect it to be anything else, right? So that's what they have for you, Danny baby. All right, we still have quite a few more to go here, so hang in there, everybody. So, new love, you're up. So, you want to know, what are Johanna's feelings about you now that you're not in contact anymore? All right, let's take a look here. All right, you know, we have Innocence of Pentacles, which this is opening up a new way of looking at their self worth. It definitely, with the Five of Cups, they have some spilt cups, but that's allowing them to transform some of their emotions, and it's also allowing them to see some of their deceitful belief systems that used to cheat them out of opportunities and things. And so I feel like now that you're not in contact anymore, I feel like they're very much looking at themselves. I don't feel like they're, like, pining over you, I think is the word, like, oh, I wish they were back, whatever. They're like, okay, what did this teach me, and what about my pain, what about my emotions? And I feel like it's an opportunity that they're really looking at their self-worth in relationship to the outside world. So I feel like they're, um, like, licking their wounds and trying to understand both the stories in their head, the emotions in their heart of what they learned through your interactions, and who you were, and what you meant to each other, and you know but it's all about me, my pain, my emotions, my thoughts, my triggers, what's going on with me. And I feel like it's an important thing, because I feel like this has been a repetitive pattern that they've had in their life. And I feel like this is maybe almost the, not that you're a feather, but it's the feather that broke the camel's back, where they're like, why does this keep happening? I thought this one was going to be different. And it's like, nope, ends up the same. It's like, okay, so this has to do something with me. And I feel like that's what's happening. A lot of self reflection that's coming in there. So hopefully that helps. But yeah, any emotions are about them, not about I wonder how you're doing. Nope, it's all focused on here. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Pallavi, you wanted to know about your husband, Rahul, their true intentions, no contact, court cases, etc. What is Rahul feeling? All right, let's take a look here. See what spirit wants you to know around your husband's true intentions. Yeah. You know, we got the 3 of Pentacles, which is all about, this combination of this energy feels like it's like wanting to be true to their authentic selves. And it feels like, it's almost like midlife crisis energy where I've got to be me and I want to do me and I want to go do everything I want to do, even though they may not be midlife age. But, anywhere between 25 and 34, 35 is the, uh, Saturn return where they're challenged and they have a lot of stuff, and they might have had this energy before where they were trying to live up to other people's expectations and doing things, but now they're such focused on being true to their authentic selves. This 8 of Wands is a lot of a lot of passion, a lot of movement, a lot of energy put into making themselves happy. And I just don't feel like, that they have that's their intention. Like, oh, am I going to, end this other relationship? I want to do that. I don't know. I don't know right now. All I know is I want to go do this and I want to go do this and I want to go do this and I want to do this and this is what I want. And I don't feel like they're even thinking about their impact on other people's lives or the future. I feel like there's so much in the now and to the next thing that they haven't even thought about that, if that makes sense. They're just really focused on them, them, them. So the current energies right now, I don't feel like they have any idea. I think there's so much just in the it's so new to them trying to be true to themselves and wanting to express themselves that they don't know what they want. So they don't have the answers right now based on those current energies. So I know that's tough. And you don't have to wait for them. If you're like, "You know what? I don't know if I want them back." And I know it depends on cultures and everything else. Because sometimes it's like, "What? I don't need to wait for anyone to come back. What do I want in my life? Do you know what you want? Do you know what your intentions are? Then can you initiate stuff if you don't want it anymore? You don't have to wait. What do you want, right? So that's what they have for you. So hang in there, my dear. I know those are not fun situations. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Hot Sun, you are up. So what are Matt's intentions and next actions towards you and at the bottom of the deck? All right, let's take a look here. And bottom of the deck, wow, you have the Sky Father. Who's your daddy? I'm just kidding. My goodness. Uh Emperor. It's the Emperor card. Let's see what your other ones are here. Yeah. So the 10 of Swords is, of course, ending of old cycles of thinking and beliefs and, wanting to transform. It's good. They're getting away from trying to please people and trying to, fit in something into parameters and all of that. We got the High Priestess energy, which, there's a lot of emotion below the surface, but there's a lot of hidden and unknown that's going on here too, with this high priestess, right? I mean, she's the revealer of the unseen and the unknown. There's a lot of emotion down there, but let me take a quick sip. I got a tickle in my throat. Wind's all blowing the pollen outside. It's beautiful. Happy spring. So, it just feels very interesting here. There's this energy of trying to gain control of their life, trying to decide what they want, trying to decide, I heard all this opinion, but what do I want? Where do I want to go? And I feel like they're in the middle here of deciding. And then there's all this hidden and this unknown that comes in here too about who they are and what they want and how they want things to unfold and, different things like that too. So, you know, I just feel like there's just uncertainty in this field, this unknown, this not secret so much as, well, maybe, right? You're like, well, I don't know. But I just feel like there's um, some of the unknown is them not knowing what they want and where they want to go. And, the high priestess, which is the revelation and revealing of things. But I don't know. It just feels so open. It just feels so undetermined and undecided right now. They're not sure because they're trying to decide, okay, what is of all this opinion and what is of what I want and where I want to head and what I want to do. So they're kind of in this, you know, stagnant standing in the middle of a row of a path that has 80 different ways to head off onto, and they're trying to whittle it down and try to understand what it is they truly want. It's the kind of energy that's coming in here right now for me, hot sun. So I know that's what's coming in. All right, so many blessings to you. All right, so one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. I got about 10 more to go. So a couple of handfuls more to go. So hang in there, everybody. So Patsy, hey, hello, hello. Thanks for being a new subscriber. You'd like a general reading for this April? Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. All right. So very solid April. You got the Four of Pentacles, which is a solid foundation in the outside world. So it feels very, you know, externally like nothing too extreme coming in bad ways and or challenging ways, but I feel like a big piece of April is with this strength card, which is our human side connecting to our higher self. I love how they have it as a combined human angel, I mean a lion angel, so it's a combo of our human self and our higher self. And a big piece of the solid foundation that comes in, the Four of Pentacles teaches us that when we try to define ourselves by the outside world, that we feel unstable, because all those things out there are unstable. Three places we are told to define ourselves by in our earlier lives, right? Relationships of all kinds, situations, jobs, education, whatever, and things, our bank accounts, our bodies, our possessions. But all of, people change, people pass away, people walk away. So relationships with people, with humans, are unstable, right? So if we define ourselves by that, we're unstable. Situations never stay the same. Things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen, all that. And so we eventually get disappointed enough that we turn inward and upward and like, oh, there it is. There's the stability I'm looking for. Eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms. We use that to define who we are, right? And eternal is never ending. That's pretty stable. Unconditional, nothing you can do, not one condition, nothing you can do to lose it. So that's a very solid foundation. And this is what this is about, the strength card turning inward and upward. Four of Pentacles, a strong foundation. So even though the outward foundation feels safe and solid, the external world, when our self-worth comes from inward and upward, self-worth, not retail price of the outside world, not defining our worth by what we feel we're worth to others. We end up on the clearance rack out there. We end up priceless when we define ourselves the other way. So I feel like that's what they want you to know right now, Patsy. So many blessings to you. And then me, you are up next. And you ask how your love life is going. This old gal may have health issues, but I guess I'll still look. Quite a few gentlemen seem interested. What amazes me is a couple are younger. Whoa, 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 whoa. So let's take a look here. You're so funny. So what does Spirit want you to know about love? Yeah, love is in the air. Yeah, I mean, you've got the moon card, which is Mother Luna, a lot of emotion that's flooding in here. You have the Spirit of Swords. Balance your head and your heart as you go forward in love here. Um, the moon card, speaks of the unseen and the unknown a bit as well. And I feel if you'll balance your head and your heart, not it's like getting out of the human head and connecting to your a higher way of looking at things, right? Allows you to get out of the small t truths, away from the expectations, that are rooted in fear, the supposed tos and the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, and the musts. And I feel like this is really, especially a lot about following your heart. What makes your heart feel full? What makes your heart overflow? Really pay attention to that and look into that because it is an important piece here. Yeah, even on the bottom of the deck, got the Three of Cups. What brings you joy? What makes you feel whole and complete? Not even whole and complete, but what makes your heart just feel like it's full of joy and overflowing? Let that be your compass in deciding, not what makes you feel secure, boring, right? It's like what brings you life, what allows you, just to enjoy the moments. Who makes you laugh? Who makes you smile? Who makes you chuckle? You know, look into that. Let that be your compass as you're looking into love there. But it is a time of allowing yourself to feel emotion and fill up and overflow. Just get out of your head around, well, that's not my type or this person. Oh, even like age or whatever. It doesn't matter. Who brings you joy? Who cares what anyone else thinks? It's your life you have to live, not anyone else's. People will just say something if they're jealous. But a bunch. So I like that for you, me. Hopefully that gives you a little guidance there. But that's what they have. So many blessings to you. Go forward and conquer, woman. All right. Many blessings. Right. And then human being, you are up. Hey there. Any guidance? Let's take a look here to see um, what is coming in here. And actually, I forgot. Human being. I think you said you didn't want a reading. I forgot that I didn't delete that. So human being, I'm deleting that. That's not who's up next. You had said, never mind, I'm heading out. Don't need a reading. See ya. So we won't do that. So let me just get these stretched out here. All right. So God's daughter, you're up next. So why do you keep on seeing babies everywhere, not only in pictures or in videos, but in person everywhere you go? All right, let's take a look here and see what the spirit wants you to know. Because I think before you said you're not wanting a baby, you're not in a relationship, you don't want one there, right? Mm. Well, you got a lot of thinking going on here. You got the Two of Swords, you got the Movement of Swords, and you got the Seven of Swords. This is the Knight of Swords. So a lot of thinking, a lot of thought and belief and mindset. And the Seven of Swords is becoming aware of your own thoughts and beliefs that cheat you out of things. And, there's these beliefs that are below the surface that are bubbling up here. And I feel like the reason why you're seeing it is that there's these subconscious, with this Two of Swords, you can see how it's a choice between the head and then the moon card is the subconscious and the lower vibration emotions that are going on below the surface. And what I feel like is coming in here is in your subconscious, it's thinking about birthing and there is a little bit of definition that is bubbling down below the surface that you're defined by, because you're a woman, that you are supposed to bring, you're incomplete until you bring a child into this world. You're not being complete. And there's like this belief below the surface. You might not even be conscious of it. It's below the surface that's bubbling. And it's like, yeah, I don't need to be a mother to be complete and whole. I'm complete without that. It's a blessing that we're able to, what a beautiful miracle it is, that women grow a human being within their bodies. Just it's just, mind blowing when we really think about it, when you know, uh, we grow up with it just so natural. We just think, oh, it's normal. But when you really step back and think about it, it's a miracle. But that's why it keeps coming up, though. I feel like there's some triggering going on below the subconscious telling you, you're incomplete, you need to have a baby. It's like, how they say the biological clock is ticking. That's all subconscious stuff of going, I don't want to wait too long and da 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 and this and that and you know, definition and I'm not complete, all those things that bubble above the surface that we're inundated, from all these opinions from the outside world. So I feel like that's what's coming in and bubbling up there. So that's what they have for you, God's daughter, right now. Um, so something that you can look at if that resonates. Right. So many blessings to you. And then Ashvin Rai, you want divine guidance. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Well, you've got Innocence of Pentacles, Innocence of Swords. So, Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles, new beginnings, new things unfolding, upgrades, advancements that are moving forward here. And this Innocence of Swords is about you're gaining some clarity and around a situation here that changes a situation with the Page of Pentacles. It brings a new opportunity, a different way of solving something or heading down something. The Innocence of Swords is connecting higher from a place of unconditional love rather than from a place of fear. When we're in a place where we're focused on our small t truths, which are rooted in fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough, all those num fears that we have, we're drawn off into doing things and making decisions that we're not using our full brain in because we're working with fear. When we step out of that and we're able to breathe and take a deep breath and see things from a different perspective, from a higher perspective, from unconditional love, from a place of detachment from outcomes and stuff, we can look at it and go, okay, let me look at it realistically and go, no, this isn't what I want. And then because we're like, yeah, I'm not trapped into those things I've said, well, these are the 3 choices you have in that kind of situation because of how you were raised. There's all these other options, and when we realize I'm not limited to that, we're like, "Hey, I like this option better," and we take it, and it's, like, beautiful, right? And that's what I feel is coming in here with whatever you're needing guidance on. Take a big deep breath, step back, realize that what our brain is telling us out of fear we have to do is not the whole truth. We can calm ourselves, ask spirit, show me a different way, and they will. And then you're like, wow, I like this way much better. All right. So that's what's coming in, Ashbin. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Nat, you are up next. You'd like a general reading. So let's take a look here. All right. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Yeah. Whoa. So there definitely is this seeing things from a different perspective. You got the sage, which is the hierophant, your higher self calling you to look at things from a different perspective. Try to search after what is your capital T truth. Both of these cards kind of do that. The Justice card here with the Ace of Swords allows you to balance the small T truths that are rooted in fear with the capital T truths of the higher realm, which is all about gaining clarity around what do I really want? Not what I've been told I'm supposed to want, but what do I really want? And there is this, Eight of Cups, walking away from emotions that don't serve you anymore, relationships that don't serve you more. And this Ace of Wands that brings you new passion and new energy. And all of this is like it's allowing you to see things differently. It's allowing you to step out of these rules and expectations and fears of what other people will think. And it allows you to kind of have this emotional clearing, both of emotions that are below the surface that you're ready to transform from fear into something higher, higher knowledge, higher wisdom, realizing the old ways of when things happen. Those were all in fear when they were lower vibrational and they didn't have anything to do with you, but you're able to realize it and have this new clarity and be able to transform things, and it also allows you to see all the relationships that you're focusing where you're pouring all this energy out to all these people, and you're the one maintaining a lot of these friendships, and you're starting to whittle those down. All that energy comes back. That's that Ace of Wands. You get all this energy from emotions that are below the surface that come back, all this other, right? And it allows a spark, allows you to step forward, allows new passion to come in and a new drive headed in a direction there. But it starts with getting out of that, which allows you to deal with this, which allows you to move forward. So hopefully that helps. All right. Many blessings. And then Jeep, your free question. Any new question, any new love partner? And thank you again for all of your multiple donations earlier. I really appreciate that. Shuffle these up here. I've got what? Jeep, HTTPS, and then Needy, Great Courts, and Shakira. So I've got about 5 more. I miscounted. One of my pages had 3 on there, so we're almost done. Hang in there, everybody. So, any new love partner coming in? Sorry, my phone's blowing up here. Let me just double check here. Make sure everything's okay. Okay. So, yes, you do have a love partner coming in the future. Right now, though, you're in hermit mode. So you are, you know, learning a lot here. When we are pulled back by hermit mode, it's inward and upward, and we have these experiences. It's happening for us so we can transform mentalities and emotions and energies and even physical. We just get everything um, ready for a relationship. And once we're ready, then we come out of our shell. And then you have Innocence of Cups, Page of Cups, which is new love that comes in there. But the journey of the hermit is, it's about discovering all the self-love first, because we don't want to do what we've done before, get what we've gotten before, right? You're ready for something different, higher love. Page of Cups is like 11 of cups. We don't want Ace of Cups, new love. We want heightened love, right? We want something new, something different coming in here. So after a period of you working on you and transforming so much of this self-love, raising your self-love, then when it's ready, that's what draws you together. And the more you work on raising your love vibration, the faster you guys are drawn to each other as well. So that's what they have for you right now. So that's the focus right now, Jeep. So many blessings to you. And then HTTPS, again, thank you for your donation earlier. And you want to ask one more question. Okay, so spirit guides, what message do they have here for you? Let's take a look here. I want that one and that one. 2 of Wands and 5 of Wands. Power of emotional, not matter of emotional choice, but power of our energy, power of our energetic choices. And we can transform energy from lower vibration to higher vibration in an instant, right? Whatever I am focusing on is what I'm generating, what I'm drawing towards me. And I feel like what they're saying here with this too, we've got a lot of energy that's coming in with all this Aries energy, Aries new moon, solar eclipse. We're in the eclipse portal. We've got all this other energy that's just coming in astrologically. It's like the stars are aligned with this ending and beginning energy. Like whatever you focus on comes in extra speedy, quickie, fast. So if I focus on lower vibration, it comes fast, and I'm like, no, no, no. May change my focus on higher vibration, then it comes like that, and it changes. And I like this empowerment that comes in with this. Is that in a moment, if I don't like what's happening, what I'm feeling, what is existing in my life, it's my own damn fault. I love that. that's for all of us, you know? It's like, that's right. I used to like New Year's Eve, "Happy New Year's, everyone," and if it's not, it's your own damn fault because it's our power of choice, right? So it's like, if I don't like what's in my life, I'm not a tree, I can get up and move. I can move my energy, I can move my decisions, can move my choices, and I like that. They're like, "You're not, you know, at the whim of the outside world, you get to choose. You get to draw new things in, and when you focus, if you don't like the negative energy that's in, you can uninvite it, like because we're the ones that invited the vampire into our house, you know, like in the movies. You have to ask me in, and so we're like, "Come on in," and they're like, "Rah," and then we're like, "No, I uninvite you." Then they get thrown out of the house. Then we invite new energy in. So I like that for you. Too funny. That's what they have for you right now, HTTPS. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. And then Nidhi Sarvaya. Hey, hey, hey. So a career reading. Let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know about your career. All right. That one and that one. All right. I think you're gaining clarity around what you're wanting to do for a career here because you have the Seven of Cups. Here's all the emotional confusion, so many choices that you can make here. But the Ace of Swords allows you to connect higher, to allows to see things from a different perspective. It allows you to, you know, cut away, get out of the head of all the influence of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts and what is it that I want to do? What is it that fulfills me emotionally, right? What makes my heart feel full? And so there's this whittling down. And so I feel like when you allow your heart to have a seat at the table, getting out of that human side that's rooted in fear of letting people down and failure, not having enough, blah, blah, blah. What are people going to say if I don't do that and I do that instead? And I understand it, you know. I used to be embarrassed telling people that I read cards and I connect with spirit and bring messages because it was so, you know, taboo. What? That's what you do? Now that's a hobby. What do you do for your living? I'm like, "Oh, that's what I do." And so I like that you're getting to this point of getting out of your head and then seeing things from a higher perspective and allowing your heart to guide you in this passion of your career. Because otherwise it just feels empty. It just feels confusing. It just feels like there's no end in sight, you know. So I like that. So that's what they have for you right now, Needy. So hopefully that helps. Many blessings to you, my dear. And then great courts, you are up. So any messages about life? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit have here for you? Messages about life. All right. Well, you have the Heart of Cups, Queen of Cups. She's very emotional, very empathic. Um, a lot of love, though, a lot of flow of love that comes in with it, too. And the Four of Wands, joy, celebration, overpowering, overpouringness, making up words now. But there is this, you know, flood of love energy that's coming into your life, and I feel like it's like a tsunami, and it just comes from all these different directions. Comes from family, comes from friends, comes from the love that's coming into your life. Celebration and joy, the Four of Wands is also about marriage and gathering. So you're either going to be invited to a wedding or you're meeting someone and or you're meeting someone that, you know, leads to marriage too. So there very much is this flood that's coming your way and you can see it. I feel like you can feel it coming in from a distance, right? But you're going to start to really feel the change, the impact. I just feel like by the end of this year, your life is going to be totally so different than you had ever imagined it would be. I feel like you moved from a place where you might feel alone, not lonely, you know. I feel like you were evolved beyond that. But you like sometimes you feel alone in human form, and you're like, I would like your expression to be mirrored out here somewhere. You know, I'd love your, you know, love energy to come come from the outside world too. And I like that for you. And I feel like it is. By the end of the year, you're going to be like, your life is not going to be recognizable as the kind of energy that I feel is coming in. So I like it. All right, great quartz. That's what they have for you. And then Shakira, you'll be my last reading in this session. So if I missed anyone, deepest apologies. I actually would be back in a little over an hour. Um, so if I missed you, biggest apologies. Please come back. I'll be here at 6 p.m. tonight and tomorrow night, and then also on Saturday and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. As soon as I'm done with Shakira's reading, um, I will post a comment listing all the order in which all the readings were completed so you can find your reading more quickly. All right. So, Shakira, you want to ask, will Jalan, the Taurus, reach back out? Let's take a look here. What is happening with this Taurus? Let's take a look here. You know, I don't feel like they've decided right now. I feel like they're two of swords. They're like standing in the middle in between, like here at a crossroads going, should I, shouldn't I? Their head and their heart are going back and forth. Their passions here with the Seven of Wands, there's this, I don't know, there's this energy of shining bright, standing out. And I feel like just continue to shine and be yourself. Don't worry. I just feel like there's this energy of, you know what? Um, you don't need, I don't know why it's like your spirit guides are, don't worry your pretty little head over it. You have plenty of people that are seeing you with the Seven of Wands. You are a bright sun. And so if one planet isn't interacting with you, I feel like they're saying there's a whole solar system of planets that are within your bright light. And I feel like I don't feel like you're going to care here very soon. So I feel like maybe they they do later, but they're too late because you already have a new love interest, someone that's showing interest that you're like, oh no, I this person is so much more your cup of tea, more compatible and more together in mind and emotion and energy and physical attraction even too, where you're just like and then you're like, who? Oh yeah, hey, how you been? And they're like out of sight, out of mind because they're overshadowed by this other person that comes in. So I feel like they do, but it's too late, and that's okay. We never downgrade, it's always upgrade. So I like who's coming in for you. All right, Shakira, that's what they have for you. Thank you guys again so much for all your love, support, for all the thumbs up. It does help my channel and help spread the Zen love. So you are part of the love tsunami, and I'm so grateful for your thirst that you have for hearing from spirit and pursuing spirit too. So um, I'm going to head out, and remember, every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, much love. You hang in there. Enjoy the rest of your day or your night, wherever you're out in the world, and we'll see you soon. Much love.